What's up, everybody? Maddox here. Welcome back to the Pokestorian. We're doing another one of my fireside chat videos. And today we're not actually talking about Pokemon cards, but we are talking about Pokemon games. Because we are talking about Pokemon Legends ZA. The reason we're talking about this game is, number one, it just came out. And number two, it's highly correlated to all the new Pokemon sets that are coming out right now. They're all going to be based on this game, so I thought I'd give you my thoughts on the game and see where we go. So as you know, if you've watched some of my videos in the past, I truly believe that if you're going to enjoy the latest Pokemon TCG sets, you got to play the latest game that's coming out because it really helps you appreciate the new characters, the new environments, the new Pokemon that come out. It really kind of gives you like a foundation to like start that appreciation for all the new sets that come out. So you're not just going into like the new sets, you know, looking at the nostalgia of like the older Pokemon stuff. It's fun to look at the new Pokemon, the new concept, the new characters and things like that. So it's always fun to play these games. The problem with Pokemon games a lot of times is that Game Freak doesn't do as much as they could do as far as quality control. You know, there is somewhat of a consensus in the community that they tend to dialed in a little bit with these games because they know they make so much money, so they don't really have to try too hard with the Pokemon games. And with this game right here, there's definitely been a lot of people saying that online that this is another like phoning it in type game where there's a lot that could be improved. Maybe that's the case, but I'm going to give you my honest thoughts on it. I think it's a pretty good game. So let's talk about, I guess we'll start with the story. There's some kid who moves to Lumio City. It's a major city in the Kalos region, which of course was featured in Pokemon X and Y. You get into town and you meet like another kid who's like promoting this hotel, and depending on whether you're a boy or a girl, I think you meet like a different character, and they like rope you into like to this hotel and helping them out. And then you learn that this character and their friends is actually involved in like this big tournament that's going on. So your character gets involved with them. And then, you know, the super old king guy, like AZ from Pokemon X and Y is in it. He runs the hotel and he's like helping you out. And he lets you stay at his hotel and stuff. And all the while you're doing this, there's like this mystery going around about like Mega Evolution in Lumio City. It somehow seems to be tied to the Prism Tower, which looks like the Eiffel Tower. It's like in the center of the town. You're trying to figure that out. There's like a mysterious corporation that seems like they might have some sort of ties to Team Flare or something. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that. But I'm intrigued. Like, it's a simple story, but it's definitely very effective. I like the whole Pokemon arc that's going on with the tournament. It kind of reminds me of like Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door and like the Glitz Pit, if you ever played that game, because like, you know, you slowly rank up and you fight like different trainers as you go. And of course, I just played Paper Mario again, so I guess that's fresh in my mind, but it really does remind me of that. All the characters are very charming, like all the friends you meet are pretty cool, and they seem to have some ties to characters of Pokemon X and Y, which is neat. And it also seems like the game is going to have like, it really does seem like it's sort of like a sequel game to Pokemon X and Y, which is kind of cool. Because if you played X and Y, you know there was a lot of like loose ends at the end of it, and like it just seemed like it was sort of unfinished. This game seems like it's kind of like expanding like the story of that and kind of continuing on, like Zygarde's in the game, and it seems to be investigating the Mega Evolution issue as well. So I've definitely been enjoying it from that aspect. The combat system is actually really fun. It's like super quick. People say it kind of reminds them of Xenoblade Chronicles. I would say the same thing. You know, you just press a button, your Pokemon does the attack. Depending on where your Pokemon is, like out on the battlefield, like actually has an effect. Like some attacks, like they don't have like a lot of range on them, so you have to move in close to do it. Like other attacks, like you can shoot them from a distance, and like some attacks will like stay on like the field. Like use like Fire Spin, it will cause like a ring of fire that stays in the field, and if like the Pokemon you're fighting against like walks in, it will burn. So it's been pretty cool, very snappy, which is nice. Like it's so quick, like you just get in and out of battles like nothing. And also like when you're in the tournament, you know, you like go to these special areas at night where you do the tournament, and like you can like sneak up on other trainers' Pokemon and like ambush them and stuff. And if you do, you get like extra points and stuff sometimes. So I've really been enjoying that. There's also like Mega Evolution battles where you fight like these rogue like Mega Pokemon. I've only done one so far, but it was pretty cool. And you know, you get to Mega Evolve your own Pokemon and battle them out and stuff like that. And it's also really fun just to see like the return of like Mega Evolution as a concept. It's definitely been one of the coolest gimmicks Pokemon's done. And I have to say that I'm thoroughly enjoying it here too. Lots of new Megas to check out. Some of the new Megas are kind of But a lot of the classic ones are back to like Mega Charizard, Mega Absol's pretty cool, Mega Magnetric, some of the ones I've seen so far. And yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot of fun. Also with the gameplay, there's like wild zone areas you go to, kind of like in Legends Arceus, which is, the game that came before this one. And like in those areas, like they're a lot smaller than like the big wild areas in Legends Arceus. Like they're little like small areas of town where you can go and like catch Pokemon and stuff, which is pretty fun. They don't really have anything too crazy going on in these wild areas so far. It'd be like a little park area, or like a little like abandoned part of town, or it's like some alleyways or like a graveyard. But they've been kind of fun. They just kind of break up the pace and allow you to get in there and catch some different Pokemon for your team and find some items. Also, lots of side quests to do if you like that kind of stuff, so that's pretty neat. And yeah, like overall, I'm enjoying it. It doesn't appear that you're going to be really leaving Lumio City, but like, I don't really care. It seems like the city's big enough. There's lots of different areas to explore through it. Like you can get up on the roofs and walk around, and there's Pokemon hidden up there, and there's like all kinds. It looks like there's like some underground, well, not like underground, but like just kind of like I guess you would consider that underground. Like underneath the streets, like there's some like kind of like sewer areas you can explore and stuff. So yeah, pretty neat. And there's also like a day and night cycle too. Like in the daytime, you kind of tend to do more like kind of side quests and doing like more character related stuff. You might want to go to some of the wild areas and catch Pokemon, and then like at night you do the tournament. So that's been pretty cool. As far as the graphics go, a lot of people have been harping on the graphics, saying they're not very good. I can only speak to like the Switch 2 game, but like I don't really have a problem with the graphics at all. I think the characters are actually pretty well animated. I think the town like actually has some nice detail in it. Like, could they have done more? Of course they could have. Like if you look at a game like Donkey Kong Bonanza that came out like just a couple months ago and how gorgeous that game is, you compare it to this game, like it's not even a contest, but it does look pretty good, I'd say overall. There's like lots of Pokemon walking around and stuff, and lots of different buildings, and there's like grass growing on the sides of buildings and stuff, and the streets do look pretty detailed, and like all the characters very, very well animated too, which is just kind of surprising for Pokemon. I think that's probably some of the best looking characters they've actually made so far. So I don't know, like I'm not someone who's super concerned with graphics, but I would say that these are serviceable. They're definitely serviceable. And with the Switch 2 version, it looks like the game is running at 60 FPS. I'm gonna guess that's gotta be true because it just seems very smooth. But that's also nice to see. It's very, very, very clean image when you're walking around. Also, like the load times are like non-existent, which is really nice. Like they'll put like these little like tips on the screen in between, like when the game's loading, it'll be like a tip on the screen type thing, and like I don't even have time to read it because like the load times are so fast. So I have to say I'm enjoying that too. And then as far as like the music and stuff goes, like the music in this game has been really, really good. I think it's like some remixes from like the X and Y music because all the songs sound kind of familiar, but I haven't actually played X and Y in a while, so I can't really say for sure. But like, just seems kind of like orchestrated, and just I hear a lot of like what's the word for that type of instrument? Just kind of like brass instruments, like used to kind of give you like a feel for like city life and stuff. So I've been very impressed with that, and just definitely kind of humming along some of the music that I hear like after I'm done playing it. And the game overall just has like this very kind of cozy, friendly feel. Like you're just kind of hanging out with your friends and doing this little tournament thing, and kind of just gradually unraveling like a mystery of what's going on. So yeah, I'd say it's pretty good so far, really. Like I don't understand all the hate. I mean, sometimes I really do think in today's society with the algorithms for social media and stuff, like everything revolves around hate, and making people upset and just causing drama and things like that. And I think that type of environment kind of breeds like some of the hate and backlash that this game has gotten, because it's really not that bad. I'm having a good time with it. Is it as good as Legends Arceus? I can't really say for sure so far. I do think I preferred like Legends Arceus' like big open world like zones that you went to more than this, but like I'm enjoying this for what it is as like a new game, and like it definitely takes some of the concepts from like Legends Arceus and expands on them, and then like other concepts from Legends Arceus you just don't see them again. Like there's no ride Pokemon and stuff like that. But taking it for what it is and just having fun, like building a team and enjoying joining up in this tournament, having fun with that, and gradually unraveling the mystery of Mega Evolution, it's been a pretty good time. And I'm really excited to see like what the Pokemon TCG sets do with the different megas that they're introducing and the characters and stuff. It's going to be fun to see like how the new TCG sets incorporate what's introduced in this game. So anyways, that's what I got for you today. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, leave me a like. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk soon. Bye.